Alright, this is my final project for programming with classes. And so just beginning with the txt file, um, my final project is a banking program. And pretty simply, it starts out with just creating, creating accounts and adding expenses and income to those accounts. And hopefully it has potential for future growth. But starting off with program class, pretty simple. It's where everything happens. Um, I was able to consolidate it quite a bit by making it pretty by throwing everything into my menu class, which I have here. Um, and starting at the top, so we have a lot going on here. So menu class is where all the other classes kind of come together and are called. And so here we have the menu where it displays the options, as well as calling the calendar class to display the calendar, as well as displaying the accounts that you create. Um, and then of course here are I use the switch to show different cases to then be able to call on the different um, aspects of this program. Coming here to the calendar class, this one um, was kind of tricky to figure out, so did a little bit of research. But anyways, this setup displays the actual calendar for the month you're in with all the days to help whoever is trying to do their budgeting to have an idea of their um, uh, active expenses or income, where they're at in real time. And so by doing this, we use the date time module. Um, and yeah, going forward, we have the parent class of transaction. I used a couple parent classes in this. I used transaction. I was using the parent class of accounts earlier, but I ended up going in a different direction and reforming things a little bit. And so just starting out with this, we have protected because it's used by its children classes as well. The string name, amount, and dates. So that will be displayed all throughout. Um, and so it just kind of sets up a simple parent class that can then be modified by the children. And this apply feature is used to apply the income and expense later on. Speaking of income, here we are. So we have income inheriting from transaction. Um, so the income overrides at the apply that I was talking about over here. Um, and for that amount, it just kind of overrides the amount and takes the input from the person, and then it gives you it in this format. And it's the same thing for expense. Pretty simple, pretty easy, just two different options to either add or subtract. Moving on to our bank account class. So here we have the um, the private list of all of the bank accounts, because we will be able to make different accounts, whether it be checking or saving or any other account that you want to come up with. And it gets these and adds them to the list, as well as holds their balances, and it also displays a history of um, the income and expenses. It remembers them and will show you with the according dates. And all these things are managed in the account manager by kind of going through, and you'll see over here in menu how everywhere it kind of goes back to that. So manager to add account, manager display accounts, um, and manager get account. And so that just kind of helps keep it concise so that the program can run smoothly. And honestly, it was a lot simpler for me to just think about in that way. So yes, that's why I did it like that. So we have the remove option, we have the adding a new account option. Here's just the way we actually select the account over once the program is actually running. So let's go do that. Come over your program, we'll hit run, pull this up so we can see a little bit more. Alright, so it's displaying December 2025, that's where we're at. We're on the 16th, just kind of for us to know. So let's create an account. Account name, checking. Alright, so there's our first account. Let's create another one. Savings. Alright. What's that? Income to our checking account. Income name, let's just say paycheck 1. And the amount, let's say $500.68. Alright, and when we get that money, let's say, hey, we got to add stuff to our savings too. So if we have 500, let's do half of it into there. So they'll do add income, savings, 250. Oops. 250. And now let's do add expense. So we took that money from checking. And so that's 250 leaving checking. Oh, I did that again. Oops. I should be putting in the expense name. Alright, so there we go. Let's say we have another expense for checking. Food. Say it's $33.83. Now let's go and view our history. So now from this we can choose either checking or saving account or any other account we choose, and let's go look at one, and we can see it up here, checking history. So all happened today, and we see here's our income from the plus. We have 568. This should have said savings. I just did 250 twice by accident. And then we have our expense for food, and it's the same thing for savings. So thank you very much for watching. There's my final project for programming with classes.